everybody is catching and killing everything that crawls, swims, digs in the ground, flies, lives under ice to catch, clean, and cook. And so I thought, well, I need to probably do a catch, clean, and cook, because I've been getting a lot of comments about, Jimmy, why don't you do some catch, clean, and cook crappie or walleye, or really crappie or catfish? Give me some sugar. Yes, sir. So I got my critters down here, and I can't go fishing without my critters. Lucy loves to fish, so she's down here seeing what's going on. She's trying to get a hold of my fishing line. She loves to get a hold of fishing line, and she likes bright colored lures too, like I've got on here. But anyway, so what I thought I would do is I would try to catch some crappie and have a nice crappie catch, clean, and cook. And let me tell you, I was at the SEMA Auto Show in Vegas all week, and so I haven't fished in a week, so I got a little bit of the shakes. Chris asked me a little bit earlier, she says, how come you shaking? I said, because I haven't been fishing in a week. That's why I'm shaking. And Sherry stayed down here at the ranch while we were fishing, while we were at the SEMA show. Chris was winning money on the quarter poker machines. Not. She was feeding money into the quarter poker machine so they could pay for all those lights they've got out there in Las Vegas. I was working for Shell. I was working every day for Shell, doing autograph sessions, doing stage shows, visiting with customers, going out to dinner with these big important customers at places like Burger King and McDonald's and Popeyes. That's what we were doing, yeah. Well, maybe a little bit more upscale restaurant. I can't remember exactly for sure. But anyway, Sherry called, and she caught 36 crappie off the pier, 36 crappie off the pier. And I thought, wow, she showed a picture of one, did a selfie with one and sent it to me. And I thought, wow, my perfect catch, clean, and cook. But we've had a little bit of difference since she caught those and now. If you notice, I'm gonna have to walk across a plank to get on the dock because the lake has come up about probably a foot or so because we had a lot of rain while we were in Las Vegas. Also, we had a bad cold front, and today it's going to be like 70 degrees out here today, but it's going to be in the 30s on Monday and Tuesday. So we're down to the time of the year where we have cold front after cold front after cold front. So you're fishing behind a cold front all of the time. By the way, that's my favorite color right there under a cold front, a fluorescent red head with a white body. I've got me a couple of baits rigged up here. I've got little stump jumpers, and I got a little plastic tail on one of them. I got a box sitting down there on the where I've got a lot of different tails. I might change those around and see what they're biting on. But anyway, she told me right when she's catching them. You see that tree out there? She's catching them between that tree and the bank. Now, the water's come up about a foot. So crappie do not like rising water, but it is back falling again now because it's been a couple days since the rain. They do like falling water. So hopefully those crappie are still located right there. We're fixing to find out. Now, the problem that I've got in trying to keep some crappie off the dock to eat is we don't really have fish stringers, or we don't have fish baskets or anything like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out there and put my Ranger boat down in the water, and I'm going to put my Ranger boat down in the water, and we'll go over there and tie it up to the dock, and I'm going to use it for a live well. I've got two great live wells, fantastic live wells. It makes oxygen and everything. You got VT2s in there, you know, and of course they're not going to be moving, so even the wind, though, will create a little, help it in there. And I'm going to try to catch 10 or 12 crappie and put in that Ranger live well. And the other side of the equation is if I can't catch them there, I can always take the boat and head off down the bank and see if I can find wherever they've moved to. I don't know. But anyway, so that's exactly what I want to do. I got a lot of help out here. I got my Labradors, Daisy and Beamer. I don't know where Daisy is running around here. Daisy's here. I got my Labradors. I got Lucy there, and Milburn's up there. And they're feeding. They're eating everything now. They're really feeding hard. It's the time of the year where they feed up real good because of winter time, eating every little piece of clover that comes up out here anywhere. And it's working pretty good. So I'm going to go down and put the boat down in the water and move it over there, tie it up, and use it for a live well. I mean, I've got a live well in it. Why not? And if I catch them, then I'll just be able to walk over there and drop them down in that live well. If I don't catch them, all of this stuff I've been talking to you about, you'll never see. You'll never see this part. So that's how confident I am that I'm gonna catch some fish. So Lucy, I'm gonna put the boat down in the water. You can get in the boat or out of the boat. I don't really care. If she gets in the boat, I got to put all the rod and reels up because She is terrible about biting fishing line in two, and she does it that quick. All right, here we go. Okay, we got those open. I ought to be able to just walk over there if I catch them. Boy, this is a lot of planning, and you haven't even had a bite yet, isn't it? It's amazing. Okay, I got it on auto. It's filling up with water. Turn the aerator on. Turn the oxygen on. Turn the timer on. All we need is fish. Tried the other side of the dock, and this is what's biting up there every throw. Little bluegill. It's actually a pretty nice sized bluegill. That's a really, really pretty fish right there. That's a beautiful fish. Do you know that I'm on a catch, clean, and cook deal? If I had Daniel Arms here, Daniel would put you in the live well. That's a nice big bluegill. That's really big enough to eat right there without a doubt. Lay his fins down so I can unhook him. I can't get a hold of him. Usually they'll lay their fins right down, stick in my hands. Like way better than we can. See, she's looking up there. Oh, there's Deacon just come down in the yard. There's Sherry's or Jordan's dog. So Jordan must be here. Oh, here's a crappie. Here's a crappie. You see what I did right there? You know, I kind of let that rest a little bit. I threw on the other side of the dock a little bit and threw over there the very first cast, and I caught a crappie. And that's going to be, that's really not but about the same size as the other one, but I've only got a couple in the live well. Tell you what I think I'll do. I can always throw some back. That's plenty big enough to eat. Just not quite as big as I want to keep. I want to keep those great big ones. Normally we don't keep the giants here out of the Eagle. We had a lot of 2 and 3 pound crappie in here back before we lost the lake, and they've all gone. And the lake got down really, really low. We caught some of these and put in our other lake. So we'd keep that DNA, we'd keep that stock in here. And a lot of these are from that. We caught them and moved them back over here, a few of them, and we've just been letting them reproduce for the last couple of years, and I hadn't taken any out. I really would rather leave that in there. Really, that's about the size crappie we normally clean, because those that'll get on up there 1.5 pounds or so. We just turn them back, let them get bigger and bigger and bigger. Another one for the live well. Throw that smaller one on the other side. Golly, that fish was really up close. Oh, there's another one. Jordan better get here quick. I'll have a dozen caught. I've gone quite a while without catching one. Aren't they pretty? I just love crappie. There's a gorgeous fish. Oh, yeah, looky there. Looky there. This is about like that other one. Now, that's a nice fillet-sized crappie right there, but yeah, just one of them. Go closer to the bank. There's one. You think I need to go closer to the bank? Right, here's a crappie. Well, here's a crappie. Nice one, too. Nice one, too. Come here, baby. There's a lot of them about this size. This is one single spawn. All these fish that are about that size right there. We're getting there. I think this makes a half a dozen. Jordan, if she gets down here, I'll try to let her catch a few. Ooh, you got one, too. Ooh, yeah, a double. Well, I had to turn that one loose so I could unhook yours. That's kind of small. Oh, yours got away too. Yours got away too. Isn't that something? We both lost our fish. Isn't that amazing? Oh, sometimes it happens like that. What can I say? The barbs are smashed down, so, you know, sometimes they get away. That is a good one there, baby doll. Good thing you showed up. I might not ever caught enough. Took my bait, though. You want to try the chartreuse one? See how it's doing? Huh? You're good? Yeah! I think we're about to get them going. They're starting to bite a little bit better. No, what do you think? Is that big enough? It's a little small. Throw that one back. Leave the seed. Next time he'll say, go ahead and bite it. They're not going to eat you anyway. Ooh, I forgot. I'm twice the size I was. There. I don't know, it's not that bad. Yeah, it's bigger than I thought. You gonna take him, throw him in the live well? You want me to? You got him? She's not used to her granddad taking her fish off. I'm being super nice to her. Deacon, you could go up there on the bank and you wouldn't have to worry about her chasing you. Milburn says, I don't know about that big brown dog. Nice one there. There's a lot of them about this size right here, you know? And a pretty fish. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Just barely hung. And barely good enough. A good crappie hole right there. They can swim, can't they? Deer falling in the water, dogs falling in the water, Jordan falling in the water. Oh, man, ain't life good? Now, why don't you shake when you, look at that, come right down here to shake. Right down here around all. Why don't you shake up here on the bank? You need to teach him to shake on the bank. On command. He did. I didn't see him shake on the bank. Shake on command. You let them go to the spot and say shake, and then they shake. Not till you tell them to. We're probably about to get enough anyway. Well, I think this might wrap up the catching part. That's a nice. That's a crappie. You thought it was a bass, didn't you? Yeah. Kind of looked like a bass, didn't he? He's going right there. Looks like something's got after him. Nice crappie. There's a lot of them in here about this size. This must be about the ones when we restocked the crappie that we didn't bring over from the other lake. That's probably them right there. Or that might be the first year's hatch. I'm not sure. But we got about enough for the catch part. We'll do the cleaning. We'll flay these crappie out. I use an electric knife on them. We'll flay those, and then we'll get after that cooking part the way Chris does it. All right. Here we go right there. Like I said, I don't have any special technique. All I've done right here, I fill that with fresh water. I didn't get that out of the lake. That's fresh water there. All I do is come in here, make that cut right down there. Now I turn the crappie, turn my blade. I haven't flayed a crappie in 2 years, so I might be a little rusty. The blades are dull as they can be. Holy cow. I might be able to do this better without an electric knife. Yeah, those are not cutting at all. Good lands. Those are terrible. I come in here, flop that over and cut down through. Those blades are not working at all. There's something wrong with that electric knife. I'm going to take that apart and find out what's wrong with it. That shouldn't be doing that. Holy moly. Only reason I got this knife here, got this knife right here to cut the bellies out of them. I cut this out and get right there. Now I take my knife, and I usually wait and do them all and take my knife in and cut that little part there out. Cut that. End up with a nice fillet. I throw it in my water right there, and that lets all the blood get out of it. And now if you're doing it just a regular knife, you can come over and you do the exact same thing. But now since you're using a regular knife, you might not want to cut through those. You might not want to cut through those bones like I've done. I went ahead and did it with that one there. I want to check that electric knife out and see what the deal is. Come in here, cut down under there, right next to the skin. All you're going to end up with is a fillet. Nice, pretty little fillet. Cut that rib cage out. You can cut around the rib cage also if you want. End up with a nice little pretty fillet. Okay, that's it. All you got to do, throw that away for the turtles. And that's exactly how you do it right there. All I got to do is do that a dozen times, and I'll be ready. Hey, we'll see you in the kitchen. Part, which we have not ever done. And
we
are going to be cooking. We have already started while part of we has been out. This is my Asian wife, we. She looks like she's an Indian, but she's really Asian. Because I'm always saying, we need to do this, we need to do that. This is we right here.
This is we.
Okay, but you already started while Jordan and I was out hunting.
Well, it takes more than two hands to do this.
Huh?
And my other two hands We're out hunting.
Hunting. Your other two hands were out hunting. Okay, well, we're there now. We're there. All right, so we're having fish, and we're having fried taters and onions, and we're having macaroni and cheese.
That's our customary dinner when we have fish.
I knew that. Fresh filleted crappie. Jordan, you even helped catch the crappie, didn't you? And now what are you doing, baby doll? Mac and cheese. Supposed to look at the camera. Mac and cheese. And you told me that, Granddad, everybody knows how to do mac and cheese. How about your father?
He can cook.
Can he cook mac and cheese?
He can cook mac and cheese.
He can
But
cook,
what about
yeah.
our granddad is the one that doesn't know how.
Our granddad knows how to catch them and clean them.
I don't think you catch mac and cheese.
Huh?
I don't think you catch mac and cheese.
You catch crappie, though. You got to catch crappie. All right, baby doll. All right, well, you're going to do your famous crappie deal here, show you exactly what you do on filleted crappie. So take it away, Vanna.
All right. Well, after you cleaned them yesterday, we washed them off, and I usually soak them in salt water overnight if we're not eating them that evening.
Which normally we eat them the same evening, so
Right,
they don't get soaked very long.
But I like to soak them in salt water. It kind of draws the little bit of blood that the fillets have in them out. But after they've been soaking in water, like today when I took them out of the refrigerator, they're kind of slimy. So I rinse them off with cold water and get them.
I don't like slime.
Well, I don't either.
Okay.
So, and I have already trimmed some of them, but I wanted to show you some of the tricks of what I do. In a crappie, this part isn't too important. Now, if you happen to be eating white bass or sand bass, whatever you want to call them, cut that bloodline out. It takes away, you always hear people say, oh, I don't like fish because it tastes fishy. That's ironic, huh?
I don't like steak because it tastes steaky.
Right. Now, one thing that I do like to do whenever I'm cutting up my fish fillets is check and make sure that you didn't leave any bones behind.
I don't ever leave any bones
Well,
behind.
I found a little bit.
Occasionally?
Occasionally, not often. You do good.
Very rare.
And it's usually right here in this, where the rib cage was.
My fillet knives were horrible. My electric fillet knife would not work. The others wouldn't cut hot butter. Yet I filleted them all just because I love you.
Oh, that's good. But, and see, just like this right here, that's got a little bit of the rib on it. It's not enough to really hurt anything. But I can remember as a kid, I've eaten fish all my life, but when I was a kid, we ate.
Not yet, you haven't.
Pretty much. But when I was a kid, we
Oh, no,
ate
funny there.
perch or bluegill. And the way they cleaned them back then was they just scaled them and fried them whole. Well, more than once I have swallowed a bone, and that is not good. So that's the beautiful part about eating fillets instead of whole fish. And some people still like to eat the whole fish. I don't.
Particularly bluegill. A lot of people like it with bluegill.
I don't, no. I don't really eat bluegill. A lot of people love them, but
And the deal there, you're not cooking the whole. You're cooking a whole fillet, but you're cooking it in 3 or 4 different bites. So it's just a little bit over a bite, about 2 bite size.
it just depends on my mood. You know, like that one, I'll make about 3, and I'll still go ahead and see. There's a little bit of little white.
Because we're going to use cocktail sauce.
Well, Jordan uses tartar sauce.
Tartar sauce. We like to dip ours in cocktail sauce.
And cocktail sauce is really hard to make.
You going to show us how to make that?
You don't know how?
I know how. Yes, I know how to make cocktail sauce.
It's really hard.
It is difficult. That's one of the few things I can make.
It's just a matter of my cocktail sauce anyway. It's just ketchup and horseradish. And I don't know if anybody puts anything else in it or not. And, of course, you can make it however hot you want it or not so hot. And that's all there is to trimming. The main thing is make sure you don't leave any bones behind. And I like for my fillets to be a little bit damp. And those are probably okay. Simply because the cornmeal will stick to it better.
And that's just straight cornmeal. You don't
Straight.
add any sauces, anything to it.
All I do is just add quite a bit of salt.
How much salt? You're not supposed to be having any salt.
I know this is one thing that I don't cook very healthy. I like for my fish to be thirsty whenever they get through eating. And I just use plain.
My beautiful wife one time had a stroke several years ago. And she's like, couldn't feel on one side. fact, when we messed around, I had to just make sure I was messing around on the right side so she can feel it. Lord, I apologize for that. I apologize for that. But so the doctor told her, you know, it would be very good if you didn't eat salt, because salt is what helps cause strokes. And so, being the lovely husband and supporting her, I quit eating salt. She didn't. Right, baby doll?
I cut back, but on fish.
You did not, huh?
I did, but on fish, there's nothing worse than a bland piece of fish.
That's right. So salt.
So, and he eats whatever I cook, so it's not like he is totally off salt.
I don't ever add any salt, though. Ever.
Well, I don't either, because I put
Just
plenty
in
in when I
support.
cook.
In support of my beautiful wife. That's
Okay, I just use, like he
What a
said,
minute.
I just use plain old yellow cornmeal.
Shawnee Best,
It doesn't
Shawnee,
have-
Oklahoma.
It doesn't have to be Shawnee, just any yellow. And the
It
yellow,
does have to be Shawnee, Shawnee, Oklahoma.
and yellow isn't any better than the white. It just looks better.
Okay.
So, anyway, I had to take my grease off the stove. I like my grease pretty hot. Okay, here we go.
Gracious bone in me.
Jordan, will you stir the potatoes, please? Okay. Okay, we'll see how hot that grease stayed after I got in trouble for having it on. Okay, it's still hot.
The grease has got to be how hot, babe?
Pretty hot. You don't want it. You want it to bubble up like that as soon as you
Like
put it.
512 degrees?
I don't know.
Oh.
Just hot.
Wow. 512 degrees. Got to be 512 degrees. No?
No, I don't think so.
Huh?
It'd probably be blazing if it was that hot.
It's boiling right now when you put the fish in. It's pretty hot. It's above boiling.
And I just put.
It takes a lot hotter to boil grease than it is to boil
Well, the
water.
fish are cold whenever you put
I
them in
know.
there. So
They're 52
this-
degrees.
this
we
is-
call them.
this is so easy. The main. I better stop there because it'll bubble over. But the main thing to remember is to have your grease good and hot. Cook them pretty
Real-
fast. I like to cook them till they're brown, but you know, anybody that cooks knows that the first batch of anything that you fry isn't going to be as brown as you like it just because it's new grease.
The grease got to get a little dirty to make it brown up good.
So anyway,
All you're
it's-
doing you didn't put anything on there to make that stick?
no,
a
it's
little
just wet.
moist.
It's just wet.
It'll stick on its own.
And I've got a.
This is the good part.
Oh, it's going to
Looky
be
there.
pretty brown to start with.
That's perfect.
And you just cook it until it starts to float, or until it
Which is not
floats.
quite yet.
Not quite.
Getting close. And Jordan is making the mac and cheese. We like lots of cheese, don't we, Jordan?
Yep. Everything's better with cheese.
Everything's better with blue bonnet on it. And cheese.
How's our potatoes doing? Do we need to dip them out, turn it down, or whatever?
Now, the potatoes need to be pretty well done. And that is fried potatoes and onions. And we make them in little diced, little small deals like that. And put a lot of onions in there. Because the onions give the taters extra special.
And
Flavor.
if you're really serving up a good meal, but since I'm the only one that likes onion, but if you're serving most people a fish dinner, slice up an onion. If you ever have Barry Switzer over for fish,
You have Barry Switzer? We've had Barry Switzer.
if you
fish
have
before.
Switzer over for anything, you better slice up a big old purple onion.
Barry likes purple onions. He really does. It's the key to long life. Barry's 112. No, Barry's not quite that old. He's a little bit older than I am, though.
Okay, we're ready for our second
Gonna make
batch.
some more right there. And this is 12 crappie, so 24 fillets. But you have a lot more pieces of meat than that. See how many pieces of meat we have? Lots and lots of pieces of meat. This is the way to eat fresh crappie.
And one of the neat
These aren't totally fresh because they were caught yesterday and not today. Jordan wanted cow yesterday. So we had
One of
cow.
the neat things about cutting the fish up in these small pieces is, like we're going to do tonight, we're going to go in there and watch a football game.
So
These
people
are
will see
sort
what
of-
we do, but it's just you and I. We eat
They-
at the table very seldom. Only when
These-
family's here.
These are sort of finger foods.
Right.
The way that these are cut up, you don't
Yeah.
have to have. And what Jimmy and I usually do is, if we're here by ourselves, is we just take 3 CV trays, one tray in the middle for the fish and the dip, and then ready for us to eat out of, and we just have a big feast. But
And that's my job. That's my job. Put the tray tables up.
No, well-
Get ready. Put the tray tables up.
he even doesn't. He doesn't even know how to load the dishwasher.
Well, why would I know how to load a dishwasher?
I asked him to load the dishwasher one night.
Well, I don't even know the story you're fixing to tell, but we're going to edit it out.
And he,
Pat's going to edit this, so he won't leave all this stuff in here.
and
Let him
it's
tell
a
whatever
good
story he
thing.
wants.
I asked him if he would load the dishwasher for me one night, and he said, "Oh, sure." So a little later, I went to put more stuff in, and he had the cups, coffee cups, sitting right side up.
Well, that's the side you want washed is the inside, not the bottom.
Well, the water comes from the bottom.
Doesn't help any to wash the outside of a coffee cup. Jesus talked about that. Jesus himself talked about that. It's like washing the outside of the cup. I want the inside washed.
No, that's not how a dishwasher works.
Maybe Jesus didn't know how to wash cups either.
I don't have dishwashers back then.
You are like whitewashed cups or something. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it's just wash the outside, the inside's still dirty. That's why I turned them up that way. I didn't know the bottom
I
water
think
comes
he
from
just
the bottom.
did that because he knew that if he did it wrong, I wouldn't ask him to do it again. It sort of worked.
Hey, it's been proven.
Now, he can empty a dishwasher.
I know how to empty a dishwasher. It has been proven that men that do household chores, the more household chores they do, the
Or do-
greater their chance for
You
divorce.
can probably dip the potatoes
That's-
out into a bowl.
You listening to me?
I'm-
That's a study that I saw on Fox Friends just the other day. Men that do a lot of household chores, like loading the dishwasher and cooking and sweeping and mopping, have a much
Someone
greater
disagree with
divorce
that.
rate than men who don't. So guys, there you go. What do you think about that? That's a study, honey. A study.
That was probably done by a man that didn't like to do chores.
That was done by researchers. Government researchers, probably on a
I
$1
rest my
million
case.
$1 million grant or something. You see how easy I've been to live with? Chris is over 40 and she has no gray hair. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, her and my friend Gay Allison. Gay's older than you. No, is Gay older than you are? She is. a few years. She has no gray hair either. You're the only two girls I know over 40 that have no gray hair. It's amazing. I love it. I'm not into gray hair.
Oh, and the tartar
else?
sauce. The tartar sauce.
Oh,
I mean,
show how we make the tartar sauce.
the-
Even I can do this.
it's just ketchup
The cocktail. This is tartar sauce.
yeah,
Get
this-
it out of a bottle.
and just horseradish, any brand. And
Johnny's best.
And I usually, you know, just
What
put.
brand is that?
I don't know. What?
Silver Spring prepared horseradish.
I have no idea where it came from or what it is.
All right,
But it takes just about, not quite a spoonful of horseradish, or it'll be too hot. And it's easier to add more than it is to wish that you had not put so much in.
Okay.
And the tartar sauce, we just buy a jar of it.
But now we don't mix tartar sauce.
No.
That's just ketchup. You didn't tell what was with it. Ketchup
Horseradish.
and horseradish. Ketchup and horseradish.
Ketchup and horseradish.
Yeah, you didn't tell what was with the horseradish.
I did.
You did? Maybe I didn't hear it.
That's nothing new.
I hang on your every word, Angel. Angel, I
And
hang
then we
on.
have salad left over from dinner last night. So
So,
salad's not real popular when you're
We're
eating
not
fish.
having real fresh salad. Yep. Okay. More fish are floating. It's going to be a beautiful big bowl of fish there, look at it. See all of these?
See, my grease cooled down after I put those cold fish in, so it's taking a little longer for the second batch.
Yeah,
And that's all there is to it.
that cooled down a little bit too, you know.
Okay, it's about ready to go. I've got one little dab left in the pot cooking, but we want to start while it's hot. We've got our mac and cheese, we've got our fish, we've got fried potatoes and onions, got a little dab of salad.
All we got to do is bless this and eat it, right?
Bless it and eat it and enjoy.
All right. All right. Here we go. This is the way we do it. This is the way a redneck enjoys America, right here. We got our plate set out. We got the Dallas Cowboy game getting ready to kick off TV. It kicked off really about 30 or 40 minutes ago, but we got a DVR there with DirecTV. And this is it right here. We got a big bunch of fresh filleted crappie, cocktail sauce, taters and onions, salad, mac and cheese. That's the way a redneck loves to live. Hey guys and girls, if you like this video, share it with your friends. Hit that notification bell so you won't ever miss a single video. And let's build this network up. I love you. Hey, we're going to eat.